Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode ever of The Man Chef, where we cook things that are so easy that even a man can do it. Today we're actually going to cook some pork ribs in a mushroom sauce. Now it sounds really fancy, and you're going to see here in a second that there's nothing fancy about it at all. We had this pre-frozen actually when we bought it, so we went ahead before the show and defrosted it. Okay, we've let the pan heat up for about a minute. We're going to go ahead and take this pork and we're just going to dump it right into the pan. The very first thing we're going to do is we want to let this brown on this side. So we're going to actually let it cook on that same heat for 30 seconds or so. But while it's doing that, we're actually going to take some of this seasoning salt. Okay, we've been letting this brown for about a minute now, so we're going to go ahead and just take a fork and get a hold of it and flip the pork. Alright, perfect. So we see both those sides now are brown. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to take some cream of mushroom soup, and it's got to be the cream of mushroom. So it's actually not like a soup consistency, it's more like a paste. It's kind of deceiving. And we're going to go ahead and just take our fork and just dump that on top of the pork. Also make sure that you're going to want to turn this down now to about a simmer, which is depending on what stovetop you have. It's about a 2 or 3 typically. A little bit higher than a simmer, I guess. And you're just going to spread it around. And after that, we're actually going to just take some water. Now you don't want too much water, and you're just going to dump that on top. Now this water is actually the hottest that I could get it from the faucet or the tap. So that way when it hits the pan, it's not going to be make tons of smoke. Now what you're going to do is you are going to take your seasoning salt that you had before. Any other spices you want to throw in, definitely feel free to do so. And you're just going to help kind of add a little bit of that, not too much of that seasoning salt. You do want to add though some more of this, these minced onions. In the end, you just want to go ahead and kind of mix that sauce around on top of that pork. Once you're done with that, you can take a thing of tin foil and just place that on top. Careful not to burn yourself. Now that pork is going to be on simmer for about 20 minutes. So while the pork has been cooking, we actually went ahead and took some corn and got some corn cooking to help kind of round out our meal. And what we did is we just took a small pot here and added about 1 inch of water into it. Got it going to a boil, and then we added the corn in. Alright, so to help round out our meal, we have the pork, we have the corn. We're just going to do some easy mashed potatoes. And when I say easy, I literally mean easy. Just going to the grocery store and getting the pre-done mashed potatoes. All you have to do is add water, maybe some butter too, or milk. In this case, with this particular brand, we actually don't have to add anything except for water. So we're going to go ahead and take 2 cups of water, just like it says on the back, and add that to the pan. So we're going to go ahead and just let that boil, and as soon as it gets to a boil, we'll add our mashed potatoes and we'll be ready to eat. Okay, we're going to go ahead now, this is to a boil, that water for the potatoes. So go ahead and actually shut that off and have the corn on low. Go ahead and shut that off too because it's ready. And just go ahead and tear this open. You're just going to put this in, and it's literally as easy as just stirring that. You actually want to take it off the heat. And just keep stirring it, and pretty soon it's going to get to the consistency of mashed potatoes, and it will sit up a little bit too over time. You see how it starts to thicken up. Basically we need to see our finished product on the pork. There's going to be tons of steam underneath this cover, so when you're taking it off, be very careful. You don't want to pick it up from this corner and go like that, because all the steam is going to burn your arm and it's going to come up into your face. So what you're going to want to do actually is take the corner. It's going to be hot, so get a hot pad, pull it up, And now you can see the pork's ready to go. So we're just gonna grab one of those. Go ahead and put it on there. The next thing, we're gonna go ahead and just add some of that corn to that. So we actually went ahead and strained this corn just a second ago. Add a decent serving to that plate there. All right. Go ahead and just put that on there. All right, when it's all said and done now, you have a complete meal. Well, I'd just like to thank you on behalf of the Man Chef. We'll continue to put episodes up on the internet, specifically on YouTube, and hopefully we'll have our own website where you can go and get all those fast and easy meals that look harder than they really are. Meals that are so easy, even a man can do them.